Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. So today we are going to make dinner, goat stew, ugali and sukuma wiki. Yes, so first I'm going to boil my goat stew with just plain water and a piece of ginger. So the reason why I'm using the ginger is like to just fasten the cooking process. So when my goat stew was boiling, I was busy at the side preparing the ingredients that I was going to use for the stew. So first I'm going to prepare my onions, dice them into small pieces, and when they are ready, I'm going to use I'm going to cut the tomatoes and green peppers. So I'll cut tomatoes separately, and then my green pepper or the green capsicum in a different, but I don't mix the tomatoes and the green capsicum. So I'll first cut my tomatoes. Then when my tomatoes are after cutting all the tomatoes, I'm going to dice the green bell pepper or the green capsicum. So when all the ingredients that I'm using, and sorry guys, I didn't show you where I was making the ginger garlic, because I have to use the ginger and garlic. So after boiling my meat for some times, it was ready. So I let it dry first before adding oil. And then the ginger that I was using here, I have to remove it because I'm not going to cook with it. I'm going to use a fresh one. Yes, the mixture of ginger and garlic. So I'll add oil to my meat, and then I'll give it time to continue cooking for, I think, for some time until the meat has turned to brownish. Yes, because for me, if I'm frying the meat, I love it when it is brownish. So I'll just give it time to continue cooking with low heat or medium, not too much, because if the heat is too high, it will burn. So I was just there waiting for the meat to fry. So I fry. So these are what I'm going to use: tomato, green bell pepper or green bell peppers, tomato, salt, black pepper, mixed spices, and roiko. So these are what I'm going to use in my stew. So after a few minutes, I think my meat was ready. So I kept on checking. Yes, I kept on checking. Yes, the meat was ready. But I left it again for like a few minutes to continue frying because it wasn't the way I love it. So I still covered the lid and gave it time to continue frying. From the pot you can see there are some that are brownish. Yes. So while I was cooking, I realized the oil was too much, so I had to separate some. So I had to reduce the oil that I was using for my stew. So I keep on stirring. Yes. Then after that, I added my onions, gave it time. Yes, so after adding my onions, I put on the lid back to give it time to cook for just a few minutes, not too much, because you want your onions a bit brownish. Yes. So stirring to ensure that all my onions are cooked. So I left it to simmer for a few minutes. Yes, so this is after simmering and my onions were ready. So after a few seconds, I added salt. Yes, then after that, I added the garlic ginger paste to it. I stirred and gave it time to cook. Yes, just stir, with low heat, not too much, because for ginger and garlic with high heat, they'll end up burning. So I was stirring, and I left it to simmer for some times before adding my tomatoes. So I added my tomatoes. So for the tomatoes, then I'll let it cook for some times. Yes. So I was just waiting and stirring. You stir and give it time to cook, because you don't want to eat big chunks of tomatoes in your food. Yes, so I keep on stirring to make sure all my tomatoes are well cooked. Yes, so I was just stirring. So after that, after my tomatoes were ready, I added the green bell pepper to it. Yes, so here I've added the green bell pepper. Give it a few seconds to cook. So after that, since you're making stew, I added my water. After adding my water, I just stirred for a few seconds. So after that, I let the stew to simmer for a few minutes. Yes, I left the stew to simmer for a few minutes, because you don't want to have a taste of water, because you want everything to mix. So you give it time to simmer. So I kept on checking my food, checking the stew, sorry. Yes, and again. So here it's almost ready. So in a different pan, I was frying my skuma wiki or kales. So in a pan, I'll add salt, and oil, plus the onions. Then you'll give it time to cook, because for the greens, you want to make sure that your onions is brownish, golden brown or brownish. Yes, but not the dark brown. Yes, because the taste will be different. Yeah, but just make sure that your onions are at least brownish. So for the skuma wiki, I'm going to use this two Royco cubes. Yes, so I'll add the Royco cubes to the onions and give it time to cook. So I'll stir for some few seconds to make sure the onions and the cubes, yes, are well mixed before adding my skuma wiki. So here I was busy stirring to ensure that everything is well mixed. Yes, and you don't, yeah. So after that, I was adding my skuma wiki, all of it. Yes. So for me, I always, after my onions are ready, I'll just put the skuma wiki. I won't stir it, and then I'll cover it, give it some few seconds, or like let's say a minute, so that the skuma wiki can cook well. So after this, when the skuma wiki has cooked, is when I'll turn it, or I'll stir. It will be easy. Yes, it will give you a easy time. So after that, I'll still give it time to continue cooking. Let's say for a minute or two or three. Yes, because I love it when it's soft. So I'll give it time to continue cooking. So while the skuma wiki was cooking in a different pan, I had water, because I wanted to prepare ugali. So here is my ugali. Yes. So that is my meat, that is my veggies, and this is the water for ugali. And voila, that's the final product. Hope you've enjoyed the small cooking video. Please subscribe, like, and follow. Thank you.